I want to tell you something I have never said on this channel before. I used to be scared of interviews, not because I did not know my work, not because I was not prepared, but because the moment someone asked me a question in English, my brain would freeze. I knew the answer, I had the answer, but the words would not come out the way I wanted them to. And that silence, those 2 or 3 seconds of searching for the right word felt like failure, even when it was not. If you have ever felt that, if you have ever walked out of an interview thinking, I knew the answer, I just could not say it properly, this video is for you. Hello everyone, I am Sona Bhatt, a career and interview coach. For the last 10 years, I have been working directly with professionals from all over the world, helping them take their career to the next level. Everything I share on this channel, I learned the hard way in my own career first, and what you will hear today, these exact tips helped me back then, and right now they are helping my clients too. Stay with me. See, first I want to say something very clearly. Not being fluent in English does not mean you are not smart. It does not even mean that you are not ready for the job. It just means English is not your first language. That is it, nothing more. But here's the problem. Most interviews in India, especially in bigger companies, happen in English. And when you are already nervous and the language is also not fully comfortable, the pressure doubles. You are managing 2 things at once, what to say and how to say it. It is like trying to play a new sport while you are still learning the rules at the same time. Of course it is harder. That does not mean that you are bad at the sport. So the goal today is not to make you fluent in one video. That is not realistic and I will not promise that. The goal is to show you how to do well in interviews even while your English is still growing. Because those 2 things, doing well and being perfectly fluent, are not the same thing. So let's talk about tip number 1, and this is the most important one, so I want to start here. See, the biggest reason people struggle in interviews is not their English. It is that they are thinking of the answer and speaking at the same time. When you are doing both together in a language that is not fully comfortable, it falls apart. So the fix is very simple. Do not think in the interview. Think before the interview. See, most interview questions are not surprises. Tell me about yourself. Why do you want to work? What is your biggest strength? Where do you see yourself in 5 years? These questions come up again and again. You already know they are coming. So the best strategy is sit down the night before and write down your answers. Not in perfect English. Just write what you want to say. Then read it out loud. Fix a little. Read it again. By the time you walk into that interview, you are not thinking about your answers anymore. You already know it. You are just saying it. It is almost like a cricket player facing a fast bowler. The player does not decide where to hit the ball in that moment. They have practiced that shot so many times that the body just does it. Preparation is what makes difficult things feel smooth. You cannot prepare for every question, that's right. But you can prepare the most common ones, and those are the ones that matters most, trust me. So now let's talk about tip number 2, and this one I see people make this mistake all the time. See, when someone is not confident in English, they sometimes try to fix it by using bigger words, long sentences, complicated phrases, because they think it will make them sound more professional, but it does the opposite. When you use words you are not fully comfortable with, 2 things happens. 1, you slow down because you are searching for the right word. 2, sometimes the word comes out slightly wrong and creates confusion. Both of those things hurt you more than simple English ever would. See, the interviewer are not grading your vocabulary. They are trying to understand you. They want to know, can this person communicate clearly? Can I work with this person? Simple, clear English answers those questions perfectly. Complicated, confused English does not, even if every word is technically correct. So let me give you an example. Think of it like, someone giving instructions to your house. Go straight, turn left, at the big tree, my house is blue one. That works. That gets them there. You do not need to say, proceed in the northward direction upon encountering the large tree, execute a left turn. Nobody needs that, and nobody wants that. Say what you mean, say it clearly, that's more than enough. Now let's talk about tip number 3, and this is the one I most needed to hear when I was starting out. See, a lot of us growing up watching English movies and news, people who speak with a certain accent, and somewhere along the way we started thinking that this is what good English sounds like. And our English, our Indian accent, our regional mix, our way of saying things started to feel like less. I want to say this directly. Your accent is not a mistake, it is just your accent. The person interviewing you cares about one thing. Can this person do the job? Can they think clearly, explain their work, and communicate with the team? Your accent does not answer that question. Your ideas do. I have seen people with very strong accent completely own an interview because they knew their work deeply, answered clearly, and were not apologizing for how they sounded. And I have also seen with very smooth English give weak, empty answers and not get the job. The accent was never the deciding factor. Your thinking was always. So stop worrying about your accent. Spend that energy on what you are saying. A clear idea said with Indian accent will always beat a confused idea said in perfect English. So keep that in your mind. And now let's talk about tip number 4. And I know just be confident sound like useless advice. So let me explain what I actually mean. See, confidence in an interview does not mean that you are nervous. Almost everyone is nervous. Confidence means even when you are nervous, you do not apologize for yourself. See, I see this a lot of time. Someone gives a really good answer, and then at the end they say, I'm not sure if this is right, or sorry, my English is not that good, and they laugh awkwardly. That particular moment, whatever they have said good is all got vanished because they are not trusting in themselves. See, if you are not trusting, if you are not sure about yourself, how can you even think that other person will be trusting you or will be giving you the opportunity to hire you? So here's something that helped my clients. They stopped thinking of interview as a test they could fail. They started thinking of it as a conversation between two people figuring out if this is a good fit. This small shift changed how they sat, how they spoke, and how they handled movement when they did not know something. You are allowed to take a breath before your answer. You are allowed to say, oh, that's a good question. Let me think for a moment. You are allowed to ask them to repeat something if you did not catch it. These are not signs of weakness. They are signs of someone who think before they speak. And that is exactly what kind of person most companies want. Now let's talk about tip number 5. And this is the one most people skip. And it is the reason most preparation does not actually work. See, when we prepare for an interview, we usually do it in our head. We read the job description, we think about our answer, we go over our experience in our head, and everything feels like perfect. But then we sit in front of the interviewer and suddenly the words that were perfectly clear in our head do not come out the same way. They come out slower, in the wrong order, or we lose the thread halfway through. This happens because thinking and speaking are two different skills. Our brain can hold a complete idea, but our mouth needs practice to say it smoothly, and that practice only happens when you actually speak out loud. See, it is like the difference between reading a recipe and actually cooking it. You can read a recipe 10 times and feel completely ready, but the first time you actually cooking it, things go wrong that the reading never prepared you for. Your mouth needs the same real practice that your hands need in the kitchen. So before your next interview, find a quiet place and actually speak your answers out loud. Record yourself on your phone if you can. Listen back. Notice where you slow down. Notice where you lose confidence. Try to fix those spots. Do it again until you feel like smooth. Every 30 minutes of speaking practice out loud is worth more than 3 hours of reading and thinking in your head. Because in the interview, you will be speaking. So that is exactly what need to practice. So here are the 5 things quickly. 1. Prepare your answers before the interview so you are not thinking and speaking at the same time. 2nd, use simple, clear English, not big complicated words. that slow you down. Third, your ideas matter more than your accent. Stop apologizing for how you sound. Fourth, confidence is not about being perfect. It is about not apologizing for yourself. 5. Practice out loud, not in your head, out loud. I want to be very honest with you. These 5 things are not something I read in a book. They are the things I figured out myself the hard way early in my career. And in the last 10 years of working with professionals from all over the world, I have seen the same thing make a real difference for my clients too. People who felt exactly like you might be feeling right now and who went on to do really well. So trust the process, it works. If this video helped you, share it with someone who needs it right now. And tell me in the comments which of these 5 are the most useful for you. Or is there any specific interview situation you are nervous about? Tell me and I will make a video on it. Subscribe if you have not already. I'm Sona Bhatt and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye. If this video